Innovation, creativity, and collaboration took center stage in the recently concluded Presidential Filipinnovation Awards. The event aims to boost national development and sustainable economic growth. Good morning. On behalf of Attorney Karen Jimeno, I'm George Cahiles, and this is At the Forefront. Out of the 15 finalists representing the National Capital Region, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, 5 innovators stood out and were named Presidential Filipinnovation Awardees of the Year. They are recognized for their groundbreaking innovations in various sectors. These include food and agribusiness, learning and education, and health and well-being. To tell us more about the awards, we'll be speaking with Undersecretary Rosemarie Edillon of the Department of Economy, Planning and Development. She's also the Co-Chairperson of the Presidential Filipinnovation Awards Executive Steering Committee. Good morning, Yusek.
Good morning, George.
And yes, tell us more about this award. Para saan po ba itong Presidential Filipinnovation Award?
Yes, hello. So this is a major initiative of the National Innovation Council. The NIC is chaired by the President, no less. And the main purpose really is to promote a culture of innovation among us Filipinos. And we think that one way to promote a culture of innovation is to promote Filipinnovators or the Filipino innovators, to give them a platform so they could tell their stories, so they could showcase their innovations, and to inspire the others among us who are, very innovative in their thinking and the creative spirit of Filipinos.
Yes, and of course, food and agribusiness, learning and education, health and well-being, these are the innovation priority.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, for this year, those are the priority themes, because these are really the sectors that where we found to be very vulnerable during the pandemic.
Okay.
So as you know, because of the mobility restrictions, we had problems with, again, the food, the health, and the learning and education. It took some time before we could find alternative ways of learning or of delivering education, delivering even the healthcare. And so what we want really is to build the ecosystems, innovation ecosystems around these subject areas. And so the first thing that we need to do is first introduce who are the forerunners in these particular fields. And then we know that around them, there would be your academe, there would be your engineers, there would be your market, your product developers. And yeah, so that's the idea then.
But of course, when we talk about innovation, the idea right away is that improvement of technology, among others. But what makes these year's finalists a standout in terms of Filipino ingenuity, ma'am?
Yes, we are actually promoting what we call a Filipinnovation mindset. So primarily, it's about empathy, yung pagiging malasakit. So we don't want, an innovation for innovation's sake. So we want that it would be solving real world problems. And that's why we actually ask them first, what's the problem that you're trying to solve? So that's very important. And then a next value of a Filipinnovator is mapanuri, or a critical thinker. Critical thinker. And then malikhain, which is the creativity part of a Filipino. And then the collaboration, because again, innovation will not happen in a vacuum. It's not in isolation. You really have to consult with so many people, experts, and of course the market itself. And therefore, in the case of Filipinos, we call this bayanihan. So these are the 4 values that we are looking for in these Filipinnovators.
Well, I'm thinking about that as well, because you talked about collaboration. No? How can we ensure that the competition is inclusive, collaborative? Kasi baka mamaya the idea is that only the big players can join. Ano? How about the smaller ones or startups? Ganyan po. So how do we ensure that?
Actually, that was the guidance of the National Innovation Council itself, that it has to be inclusive. And that's the reason why we had sub-national competitions. So there was a competition just for the NCR, NCR qualifiers, and then for the rest of Luzon, Visayas, and then Mindanao. And then there was actually ample time to prepare, or actually to scout for these Filipinnovators, and then prepare them for the subnational competition. Yes, and then and during the competition itself, there was coaching and mentoring because we want them to be ready to pitch and ready to answer questions.
Yes,
May mock pitching to. And then for each of these subnational competitions, 3 finalists were chosen.
Okay.
And then merong 3 na at large. So that's why we have 15 finalists in all.
Okay.
So we made sure that, you know, we were looking for them all around the country. And like I said, they had to go compete amongst themselves first and then come here for that competition.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Last night was the awards night.
That's right.
All right, so talk about the winners. Sino-sino ba itong mga nanalo and
Yes.
how important are their products and services, mga pitches nila
Yes.
para dito sa ating masabing Filipinnovator talaga sila.
Yes, yes. So for this inaugural Presidential Filipinnovation Awards, so 5 winners. The first one will be, you will have him later, RezBin. Si RezBin, this is our, it's an innovation on the circular economy. So I leave it up to him to elaborate more on that. Then we have for the education, it's called Edify. It's actually a training platform. So let's say in hospitality and for let's say before you put out your students for an internship in a hotel, you train them first. What does it look like? What are the difficult customers? How are they like? And how should you interact with them using VR?
Wow.
Virtual reality. Yes.
Very interesting, ano?
Exactly.
VR na talaga ngayon.
Exactly. And then we have mechanical naman itong isa, palatac seeder ang tawag. So this is actually a rice seeder. So it's a rice planter. So it's a hand drone actually, or hand pulled. Yeah. Well, of course, you can also put it on a tractor, I suppose. Yeah. So the good thing here is that the seeds will be evenly placed. Yun. And then dun sa apparatus itself, meron siyang tinatawag na soil opener. So
bubungkalin na niya.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, tapos
and then,
isi-seed na niya.
Isi-seed yun, and then may closer then.
Okay.
So that, kung the birds will not, choose. So that's really very, very interesting. And then we have from Mindanao, yung bamboo jet. Yeah, this one is for treating bamboos. Kasi bamboo usually, ayaw natin to because it's prone to termites, to fungus. Yeah. But actually, it's being treated. When it's treated, then it can last for long, at least 25 years. But the usual treatment procedure takes about 3 weeks. You have to soak it kasi in a solution just to take out the starch. So ito, meron silang na-develop na a gadget that will do it in just an hour.
Wow.
Per pole.
Mabilis.
So, exactly, mabilis. And then, I'm missing another. Ano pa? Well, I forgot.
Well, anyway, you'll remember that
I'll remember
later
later.
po. But of course, the question is, how is the government planning to upscale these ideas, innovations? What's the plan? After the awards, of course.
Yes. So they were given a cash grant. Yeah, and actually before.
May we know how much is the cash grant, ma'am?
The cash grant is 2.5 million.
Wow.
That includes tax. And then apart from that, we will be supporting them for participation in an international exhibit or international fair or international innovation event.
Yes.
So that's also still part of their awards. Now we're also thinking of providing them other platforms so that they can pitch with possible customers or possible end users like government. So we can actually bring together all those government agencies that we think would benefit from their innovation.
Exactly, ma'am. That's the point because, like for instance, the seeder that you mentioned, diba? It's gonna be very useful to our farmers and for them to gain more or yield more in the coming days. Ano po? It's faster, it's easier. Ano? So now we see the prevalence of AI in most of the finalists, no,
Yes,
this year.
yes.
Is AI now the driving force of innovation as far as you are concerned?
Not yet, but getting there.
Okay.
I think that's the.
Why? Why?
Yes, yes. Well, as we can see, many of the qualifiers, in fact, were about AI solutions, and that's it's really a good thing because we see that a lot of the new generation, in fact, are using AI now. So it's the in thing, and well, the reason why I say that it's not yet the driving force because the first thing that we need to address is the ease of connectivity.
Yes.
Yeah, affordability of
Correct.
the connectivity. So it has to be more widespread, and of course the digital skills as well. That will be part of the still part of the work plan because we have the Digital Workforce Competitiveness Act, and under that. We will be developing, improving the curriculum even for basic education
Yes.
so that we can include the digital skills training. And of course, for those who are already working, then, there's this lifelong learning development framework act that has just been passed. And that would be actually, again, a good channel for digital skills training.
Of course, a lot of things to improve and work on in the coming days, but we are definitely excited to see how things will unfold in the coming days. So thank you very much po for your time, Undersecretary Rosemarie Edillon of the DepDev. When we return, we'll be speaking with one of the recipients of the Presidential Filipinnovation Awards. You are at the forefront. Welcome back at the forefront. We will now speak with Mari Martinez. He is a CEO and co-founder of RezBin, a startup that's revolutionizing the Philippines' waste crisis with AI-powered recycling technology. Well, Mari, congratulations for being one of the awardees of Filipinnovation last night.
Yes, thank you so much, George. Happy to be here.
Yeah, now, talk about your project. What is this all about?
Well, RezBin is short for recycling bin, and we're rethinking recycling bins throughout the Philippines. And the basic concept is that if we incentivize people to segregate at source, we will save a lot of money on waste management costs here in the Philippines, and we actually give our waste management system a chance to succeed. Because let's face it, we Filipinos aren't taught to segregate at source.
That's true.
Or at home,
Agree.
from an early age, right? So we decided to try and fix that and create a culture of environmental responsibility for all Filipinos so that every Filipino grows up with the habits of proper waste segregation at home. And that way, we can actually alleviate the waste crisis here in the Philippines.
So how does AI work in this aspect, in waste segregation?
Well, we use AI to identify the type of waste.
Okay.
The way our platform works, we can transform or convert any existing recycling bin you have in your office, in the school, in your condominium building. We can convert any recycling bin you have into a smart bin where people can earn rewards for donating the recyclables. But, in other countries, when you think about smart bins, there are these big machines that are pretty expensive. I think the minimum one, if you order it online, is like 400,000 pesos, 250,000 pesos. So that's way too expensive for the Philippines.
Agree.
But they work. So we were inspired by those. Though they're more prevalent in first world countries, we thought, why don't we create a version of that that's more fit and more accessible for everyone in the Philippines? So using RezBin, you can convert any bin into a smart bin. All you need to do is put our poster and a QR code of the bin or near the bin. And when using our app, They simply scan the QR code, take a picture of the recyclable, and then our AI will detect what type of recyclable it is and reward you with points, which you can use in over 250 rewards and raffles that we have nationwide.
Now, do you have a prototype already? And where can we find these prototypes right now?
Yeah, we've been operating since July 2023. We work directly with offices, residential buildings, and schools. So you probably won't find a RezBin out publicly yet, but you'll have it in some existing offices. So it's our clients basically who pay for the platform. They subscribe to our platform, and then now they can, everyone in their building or in their office can now earn points every time they donate their recyclables.
Well, that's good to hear. But earlier, Yusek Edillon talked about the grant, 2.5 million pesos. How do you intend to use that? Mas makikita ba natin? Mas magiging visible na ba yung inyong project?
Well, with the grant, we're hoping to expand. We just launched in Metro Manila 3 months ago. So we started in Iloilo. We launched in Metro Manila 3 months ago. With this grant, we're hoping to expand to other cities around Metro Manila. So in order for us to expand to other cities, we actually need to partner with more recyclable waste collectors in every city. So because we ensure that the recyclables donated in our bins are collected properly as well.
That's true. Right. I agree. Because Mari, I'm from Manila, and well, while there is this ordinance that the collection should be separate, no, for those recyclables and not, it's not happening. That's the truth. That's why your project will be a very big help in terms of segregating our wastes.
Yes, thank you so much for bringing that up, because we try to make it as affordable as possible. And we actually work with the existing collectors. Because, there are people who say, we'll collect everything ourselves. But if they come from Cavite or so far just to collect from Metro Manila, it's going to be expensive, right? Logistics. So we work with existing waste collectors in every city, in every municipality, so that logistics will be viable. And that so that they can collect almost all types of recyclables.
How important or how vital is the LGU's participation to make this particular innovation work in a broader scale?
Well, we're now starting with the private sector at first, but the LGUs will be critical for this to really scale throughout the Philippines. Their support will be invaluable, especially when it comes to putting RezBins in public spaces, like you mentioned earlier, like where can I find a RezBin? Unfortunately, we can't put it in public spaces because that's run by the LGUs.
Yes,
but
correct.
if we can work with the LGUs, and when we work with the LGUs, we can have RezBins everywhere. Our goal is to have a RezBin like 5 minutes away from anyone. No need to, go all the way to a mall to just drop your recyclables. You can access it just 5 minutes away within your barangay, within your public schools, within your parks. So that's our goal when working with the LGUs.
Kumbaga, one step at a time muna tayo, because definitely this will be a cultural innovation as well. Because, as you mentioned, Filipinos are not used to like segregating wastes. And important din yung sinabi kanina ni Yusek that, dapat part dito ng ating education from children that, we have to learn how to segregate our wastes para hindi naman namumroblema tayo sa basura. But of course, as an innovator, and an awardee, what can you say to those who are dreaming as well, those who have ideas, kaya lang baka nahihirapan sila to execute their ideas?
Well, in the beginning, it was very hard for us also. Coming from the province of Iloilo, even then, when we started, it was a struggle to get our idea really working. It took us maybe 6 months before we got our first, clients, and then a year before we actually figured out a proper business model. So if you're passionate about the problem, about solving this problem, if eventually you stick to it, you'll find support along the way that will help you keep pushing and pushing. And just like the Presidential Filipinnovation Awards, this support goes a long way, and it drives us even further to improve our system.
All right. Well, that is very, very helpful siguro suggestion to all innovators as well, no? Just be patient and do things that you wanted to do and push until you make it happen, right? All right, thank you very much. I'm Mari Martinez, the CEO of RezBin. The Philippines needs all the innovators it can get in order to catch up with the rapid technological advancements happening in various fields. Whether in agriculture, medicine, or manufacturing, we need fresh ideas that can boost national development. Join us again next week for conversations on issues that matter. I'm George Cahiles. Always stay at the forefront. Mari, thank you.